A few survivors flee and lock the door, but Morbius is now incredibly strong and easily smashes through it. He then climbs onto the ceiling again, stalking his prey slowly as he picks off the remaining guards one by one. Once the entire crew is dead and he has fed enough, his body shifts back into its human form, and he rushes to the mirror to examine himself. It's undeniable. He's finally cured. Afterward, Morbius ensures Martine is safe and checks the security footage. Overwhelmed by the horror of what he has done, he vomits, then quickly makes a mayday call, grabs the serums, and dives into the ocean. The next morning, 2 FBI agents arrive at the ship to investigate the massacre, but Morbius has erased all the security recordings, and Martine remains unconscious. The gruesome case quickly makes the news, catching the attention of Nicholas and Milo. Sometime later, Morbius returns to the hospital. After checking on his patients, he goes to his lab to store the serums. Soon his body begins deteriorating again, so he rushes to the fridge and drinks the artificial blood he created, his way of feeding without taking lives. He then starts experimenting with his newfound abilities. He is fast, agile, capable of scaling walls and leaping great distances. Entering the tank with his bats, he notices they swarm around him with reverence, and he feels an undeniable connection to them. He also discovers he has developed echolocation, just like a bat, so he tests it by tossing a ball across the room and catching it effortlessly with his eyes shut. Unfortunately, these abilities are temporary and only last as long as he feeds. The artificial blood sustains him for 6 hours, but the duration is decreasing, and he knows he will need real blood soon. To push his limits, Morbius locks himself inside an isolated room. Hours later, Milo arrives to visit and finds him in an alarmingly weak state. Morbius, barely able to move, writes blood on the glass with his own, prompting Milo to retrieve a few bags from the freezer. As soon as he drinks, Morbius regains his strength, and Milo watches in awe, amazed by this so-called cure. However, when Milo asks to be injected with the serum as well, Morbius insists he made a terrible mistake, that this cure is actually a curse. Milo refuses to listen and keeps pressing the issue, but Morbius grows agitated and forcefully throws him out. Meanwhile, Martine finally regains consciousness and is visited by the FBI agents, who show her gruesome images of the bodies found on the ship. However, Martine pretends she doesn't recall what happened that night. Later that evening,